What's up, everybody? It's your boy Joshua Edwards, live from Brooklyn, New York. This is Panthers Pride Television. Look, if you are not a Chiefs fan, a Eagles fan, you don't have any room to talk right now. Everybody in the NFL that's not those two teams, we are looking for free agency, the first round of free agency, and we're looking for April. Obviously, the NFL draft and the NFL combine, etc., and people's pro day. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now, should the Panthers take a defensive back in the first round? I believe the Carolina Panthers are going defensive back with the first selection. Now, we do know Travis Hunter is going to be taken within the top 4 picks. Now, so I'm talking about a guy that just plays strictly defense. I think that we are going to go with the first DB in round 1. Like I said, I know Travis Hunter is a dual threat guy. He's going to go in the top 4. I'm just talking about just strictly defense. And his name is Will Johnson. Will Johnson is arguably the best corner in this draft, not named Travis Hunter. So we know this past year he only played 6 games. Throughout his college career, he's had 9 total interceptions, 10 total pass breakups. He had 3 pass breakups this season. But Will Johnson is everything that you're looking for in a defense. Now, let's just think about the teams that are currently playing in the Super Bowl. Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean were drafted to who? The Philadelphia Eagles. Literally in round 1 and round 2. And they just, if you guys remember, they were in the Super Bowl 2 years ago with James Bradbury, with Darius Slay, and they said, no, we need to get better on the outside. If you look at the great defenses currently speaking, you have solid or really, really good cornerback position. The Cleveland Browns, Denzel Ward, obviously the Denver Broncos, Pat Surtain, Houston Texans. If you look at Derek Stingley, the Jets, Sauce Gardner, the Baltimore Ravens, Nate Wiggins, like I said, the Philadelphia Eagles, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell. There's a multitude of more corners. The Seattle Seahawks, they got Witherspoon, and they got, I can't think of the other guy's name right now. But you need a stud corner. I don't know why J.C. Horn does not travel. He likes to stay on one side of the field. But he won't need to travel with this guy on the other side. I seriously believe at the number 8th spot, the Carolina Panthers select Will Johnson, defensive back, Michigan. I'm telling you, I'm about 95% sure that the Carolina Panthers will go cornerback at the 8th spot. We know that we need a pass rusher, but Abdul Carter is not going to be there. We know that we need a pass rusher, but Mason Graham is not going to be there. I don't really see us going and getting a James Pierce Jr. at that high. I think when you're taking in the top 10, you need to make sure that you are hitting on some home runs. And J.C. Horn, we know that his health is an issue. He was selected to a Pro Bowl this season, but we still haven't extended him in a contract. Why? Because of his health. So you got a guy that you already know is going to ball. Will Johnson game transforms to the NFL. He understands route concepts. He's not afraid to tackle. He has great ball skills. If the ball touches his hand, he's either going back to the crib or he's definitely picking it off. So when you have a guy that is a rookie that understands route concepts, that is a cerebral player at the cornerback position, you got to go there. Will Johnson will be the 8th overall pick for the Carolina Panthers. I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I really believe and know. I really believe that we understand we need a pass rusher, but our back end is so terrible. We gave up 534 total points in this past season, the most in NFL history. So I think if those two guys are not there, we got to go Will Johnson. So with that being said, there is an edge rusher that is available in the market. There's a couple of them. Obviously, you see Myles Garrett in this segment. I'm gonna talk about him. But there's an Indianapolis Colt by the name of Day Odabingo. I keep messing up his name. Odingbo. There you go. Day Odingbo. Now, if you don't know who Day Odingbo is, he is a 6'6" young talent. This past season, he had 17 hits on the QB. He's had 31 total tackles, and he has not missed a game in 3 seasons. Now, the good thing about Odingbo is he's a young guy. He did not have a lot of sacks this past season, but when you compare him to a Jadeveon Clowney, who was our number 1 sack leader, why not get younger at the edge spot? We know we are getting D Brown. Jadeveon Clowney is getting up there in age. Let's just go ahead and just wash our hands with him. Go with Odingbo, a young stud, 25 years of age. The prior season before this, he had 8 sacks. He had 3 sacks. He had more forced fumbles than Jadeveon Clowney this past season. He's had more QB hits than Jadeveon Clowney this past season. And like I said, he hasn't missed a game in 3 years. So if you got a chance to get a young guy who hasn't missed time, and you pair him with Derek Brown, who's going to create havoc and a lot of QB hits, you got to take the opportunity to go with Odingbo. Like I said, he's a 6'6" guy. He's taller than Jadeveon Clowney. He's younger than Jadeveon Clowney. He's had more QB hits, and he's really a menace on the outside. He's going to test the free agency. I think if he's there, you got to offer him 3 years, $30 million. Get him from the South and move him back to the South, ironically. And I think that he will make an impact. In our scheme, he fits our scheme. He was kind of lost in the sauce this past season. He was really trying to find himself. And I think when you pair him with Derek Brown, when you pair him with the back end, once we get Will Johnson like I talked about, Odingbo is going to be a guy that's going to produce. He's better than DJ Wanham. He's better than Jadeveon Clowney right now, currently speaking. And if you're looking to upgrade, you know you're not probably going to get a T. Higgins. You know you need defensive line help. What did we do this past season? We revamped the offensive line, and it paid dividends. You go out here, you go get a young talent at age 25, 6'6", 17 QB hits, has not missed a game in 3 years. You cannot beat that in today's day and age. And like I said, you got to get younger at the edge position. Here's his stats compared to Jadeveon Clowney. You got to take a chance on Odingbo. Now, this is what everybody's been waiting for. Myles Garrett. Now, here is the danger when trading for Myles Garrett. A lot of you guys don't know, or you probably don't remember, Khalil Mack was traded in his prime from the then Oakland Raiders to the Chicago Bears at age 27. Myles Garrett, currently speaking, is older than Khalil Mack when that happened. During that time frame, I'm going to pull up the numbers here in a split second, but during that time frame, yeah, this is the time frame that they were traded or trying to be traded. Myles Garrett has said that he wants to be traded from the Cleveland Browns. Age 29, Khalil Mack when he got traded was age 27. The highest sack season for Myles Garrett is 16. Highest for Khalil Mack's 15. During that time frame, they both had one Defensive Player of the Year. Myles Garrett had 4 All-Pros. Khalil Mack had 3 All-Pros. And he had 2 at one position. So, when you look at the trade, Khalil Mack went for 2 first-rounders, a 3rd, and a 5th. Myles Garrett, he's older. Now, you're going to have to move heaven and earth to get this guy. He is a generational talent. He is a Myles Garrett. I mean, he is a Khalil Mack. He is T.J. Watt. This is his numbers this past season. 3 forced fumbles, 22 tackles for losses, 14 sacks, and 17 games played. He does not miss time, ladies and gentlemen. So when people are saying, look, the Carolina Panthers can offer the 8th overall pick and some more draft compensation, well, one, is going to cripple us when you look at the salary cap. He's going to be owed $25 million. That's literally might put us in luxury tax. And then you got to think about the multiple first rounders. We're trying to get Bryce Young more help So you're telling me we're going to mortgage our future, we're going to go damn near into salary cap hell because we're trying to get a generational talent. It's okay to miss out on some guys. It's just what it is. He does not want to play for the Carolina Panthers, and it would be a shame if the Cleveland Browns even thought of shipping him to us, because what he has meant to the Cleveland Brown organization, what he has done to that city. Now, he said he wants to go and play for a contender. We're a couple of pieces away, but if we add him, are we Super Bowl privy to win? No. I don't see a situation where Myles Garrett gets traded to us for a multitude of reasons. One, we still have other holes to fill. You trade for this guy, this generational talent, your team better be ready to win right now. This is him at age 29 compared to Khalil Mack when he got traded at age 27. If you want to trade for him, you better be ready to win today. We just don't have that, man. We got the draft capital, but we do not have the salary cap, and it's going to cripple our team as a whole. Myles Garrett, absolutely. Who the hell wouldn't love to have a future first ballot Hall of Famer on their team? Who wouldn't want to have a guy that has over 100 career sacks before the age of 30? Remember, he went number 1 overall, too. He is transcendent defensive player. But there's just no way that a guy that's age 29 gets traded and he's not going to at least require the same amount of draft compensation that Khalil Mack went for. And the Chicago Bears, remember, they ended up paying him a boatload of money, and he balled. But there's no way in hell that the Carolina Panthers trade for Myles Garrett. I'm sorry to say it, sorry to break our hearts, but we should not do that. That's just my opinion. Let's just go get younger. Let's go get Odingbo. Let's go get Odingbo. Get rid of Clowney, and let's get younger and just keep it pushing. We will be just fine. And Panthers Pride.